Hey kids, it's Tuesday, and that means it's time for this week's edition of Love to Hate.
Woot.
I'm Philip Fullman.
I'm Brandon Luna.
Thought I'd use the announcer voice.
You did. I was going to say you dropped it down a little bit.
Drop it down a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, you're taking it way low, baby.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Venus flytrap. How you been, buddy?
I've been great, man.
How's the health? Good?
Yeah, it's better. It's better.
Good.
Back to living my life the way I want to live my life.
You go.
Until something else happens, then I got to go by what the doctor says for a couple weeks.
It's the curse of getting older, unfortunately.
It is, totally.
But, think about it, just healthcare cost, everything like that. It's like, where do you get the money?
Well, we all have jobs, I think.
Yeah.
Most of us do. People listening, I would hope, have a job. We may have a couple of bum listeners. I don't know. But
it's possible.
You never know. They have iPhones. They have iPhones now.
Yeah, you can be unemployed and totally have an iPhone.
Exactly. But you know what would be great is if you could get a piece of this lottery money that's going around right now that everybody's going crazy about.
Have you played? Have you bought a ticket?
No, I don't.
Are you going to?
How many people buy it just when that happens? So the chances become so much less. I mean, I probably will.
That's true.
But just because I'm a sucker that way, but
I find it funny because they're like, "Ooh, it's $1 billion. I'll play now." But it's like, what? Like 2 million? You're too good,
right? You can't live off 2 million.
Yeah. So I think the which one is it? It's the Mega Millions is now worth $1.6 billion.
1.6 billion.
And the Powerball is at $620 billion. However, that's not what you walk away with.
Well, you get half of that probably, right?
They say when you take the cash option, it's $904 million for the Mega Millions, $354.3 million for Powerball. Now, it doesn't say if that's after taxes or what. I would assume
that's after taxes,
it is.
Yeah.
Still a chunk of change.
Yeah, either way, you're not hurting for money at all unless you go buy a space airplane from Elon Musk and load it full of Teslas or something and go to space. Maybe
that's true.
Maybe that
even then you might still have a couple of bucks left.
Right. Yeah.
But it's I think this article I was reading. They talk about half the fun of it is most people know they're not going to win, just because the odds are so astronomical. But it's the fun of what would I do with.
Right.
Because I think, what did they say? Well, the odds are 1 in 302.5 billion.
Right. Yeah, of course. Because people don't just, Powerball, people are buying that from all over the place, right? I mean, you can go in any state that has lottery, I guess you can buy a Powerball.
Powerball is 1 in 292.2 million.
Right. So, yeah, it could be anybody, could be anywhere. 9 times out of 10, when those things get won, it's a group of people at work that went out and bought tickets together or something. That's what always
and then
happens.
Then it always turns into a thing because everybody, they've won this however many millions, and then everybody at work gets pissy about, well, Ted only put in $4. And then all of a sudden it's a fight. It's like there's plenty of
there's plenty of money to go around. It should not be an issue. And of course, even the ones like people, I've heard of stories where people sued because they didn't play that week, but they played so many weeks that it's like, come on, that you don't get thrown out of court. You
don't get to do that.
Yeah.
That's like saying, well, I was at this slot machine and then I moved over and then the next guy hit.
Right.
Like, well, you moved.
Exactly.
So, but it's all gambling.
It is, and gambling. I'm not a big gambler. I like to gamble. Don't get me wrong. I think it's fun. I just don't like to do it with my money because I invariably lose it. I'm horrible at it.
No, that makes sense.
But I'm great for other people. Like every time I've ever been gambling, if I'm playing, everybody that I'm with that's around me is winning.
So you're lucky.
As soon as I leave the table, everybody's losing. So they're like trying to get me back. And like this last time in Vegas at the show, I'm a sales rep for a cigar company, and we have the show every year, just in case you don't know, if you're not a regular listener. We go to Vegas for a week, and there's gambles, just gambling all the time. And it got to the point where I had no more money. I'm like, I go with a certain amount of money I know I'm going to gamble with, and that's it. If I lose that, I'm done. Whatever I win goes back in my pocket. I just stick to that. So even if I go with, say, 300 and I've won 4, I'm keeping 4 in my pocket. If I run out of that 300, I'm done.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
That's a smart way to do it.
So I was out of money. I had money. I had about 180. I was up $180. But I was just done with what I was going to spend. So I stepped away from the table. And everybody's like, oh, man, you got to come back. You're killing me. I'm like, then give me some money. Like, let me bet with your money because I don't want to bet with my money anymore. I'm done. I'm out, But
everybody always wants to bet with somebody else's money.
They won't do that,
Oh, of course not.
Do you like to gamble? Is that your thing?
I only gamble on Chinese takeout.
Oh, yeah?
That's it. Other than that,
I gamble on that way too much myself, actually.
Yeah, I think I did a March Madness bracket once. I think I did a football pool at work once. Mm-hmm. That was it.
So you've never gone to Vegas and
no, I don't know. I don't understand cards. Blackjack, yes.
Yeah.
Anything else? Vague idea, but
if
no.
they had an Uno table, I would kill. Or
there you go.
Phase 10, something like that. Those card games, that
Trivial Pursuit.
Battle. Do they have a battle table? Or
yeah.
I could do that. But other than that, no. Yeah, Trivial Pursuit.
Something like that. But I don't know. I don't get a rush from it.
Right.
And I know a lot of people do, but I don't get that, oh, man, this could be it. This could be it. Mm-hmm. No, I'm too worried about losing it. But I will go spend a couple of bucks on a Mega Millions ticket or something, knowing I'm not going to win. But it's just like, it's the fun of it, and who the hell knows?
Right.
My odds, I'm one of 300 and whatever billion. But
right.
In the meantime, I get to think about what if. And I think that's the fun people get out of it is, what if? What would you do? Mm-hmm. And most of the times would you quit your job? I think most everybody who says, well, yes, I'm very fulfilled, I would still do my job. I think you win like that many millions, 900 million something. I think you quit at that point.
Yeah, I think at that point you've got at least 5 people in the office you want to go tell them to fuck themselves, and you're just going to walk out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
if you have a shit job you don't like, that's definitely
right.
You're walking into your boss's office and going, you know what? Let me tell you what I think. It'll be Kevin Spacey in American Beauty.
Right.
You just go in and just lay your cards on the table like, I got nothing to lose here.
Exactly.
I will own this company.
We should have had Dave Brophy on this episode.
We totally could have.
We should have thought about that because he won like twice, right?
I think so.
He's a friend of ours who's also a cigar rep. I think he won scratch off and then he won some numbers, or maybe it was 2 scratch offs. Oh, something. Oh,
like no, the most I've ever won on a scratch off is $20.
Yeah, this guy won.
Now, I've got a buddy Josh who was incredibly lucky.
Oh yeah,
and gambling, whatever, he always does well. And the only time I've done well on scratch offs is when I've gone with him. He's like, pick that one, and then I hit on him. It's like I need him to go buy my Mega Millions ticket for me or something. So what would because I know you, so I know you're quit your job.
Yeah.
What would you do?
I would definitely. Well, I hate to say that, okay, because this is a passion job for me. You always hear
that's true.
When you love your job, when you love what you do, it's not really work. This really isn't work to me. I really do like the job, but it's there's things about it that I would change. Obviously, the level of travel. I'd probably travel a lot less. I'd maybe do it part time, or I think it's easy at that point.
There are a lot of reps who do it part time.
Yeah, there is. They're paid full time. But no, I mean, I think at that point it's easy to say, okay, I could, if I really love cigars that much, I can go make my own cigar brand, and at that point, if you've got 800 million in the bank, successful or not, you're at the level of a few guys out there that have okay cigars, but
I don't trust my palate enough to do that.
Right.
As far as the creation of it, I think my palate's fine when it comes to the enjoyment of and the smoking of, but I don't think I could create something. But I think what I'm good at, where my skill set would lie, would be in having a shop. Mm-hmm. So I think I would probably build that shop I've always thought about having.
Right. And what would that be like? What would that be like?
2 stories.
Okay.
Below is all retail, so that people can walk in and not have to walk through smoke.
Okay.
Upstairs is where all the lounge part is, and it's not going to be TVs everywhere. You'd have one section with TVs, but the rest just seating areas where guys can sit, hang out.
Right.
And then we would have an actual studio where you and I could do this show.
Oh, excellent. That'd be cool.
So we could just sit up there and people could watch, and it would be a daily show.
That's awesome.
We could do it like regular radio where we do it,
Yeah, and then you talk about passion things. I would definitely further that. I would make a podcast group that could house other podcasts as well, and just have a whole radio.
And then we wouldn't have to sit on a folding table and
exactly. You can class it up a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, we could have a backdrop. We could do video then because we would have a background.
We could have an assistant looking stuff up for us in our ear.
Oh, that would be awesome.
How great!
Just have an actual producer.
Right. That'd be fantastic.
That would be.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind that at all.
Win the lottery, so we can do that.
Okay, I'll go buy my tickets.
Can we also? I do want to. We have to have an elevator because I'm getting old.
I think legally you have to anyway.
Do you really?
I think so. Yeah, if you're going to have a 2-story, I think you've got to have some way for them to get up there, which is fine. I'm totally good with an elevator in a shop. But that's probably what I would do. Either that, or maybe I just go back to school just because
I think
I enjoy it. I just want to learn. I don't have to get a specific degree in anything, but I can just go and learn.
I think that's very appealing to me too. I've actually heard something. I was listening to a podcast, and then an advertisement for a service that you can buy. That's they have like Audible where you can listen to books.
Yeah,
well, they have that, but for seminars. So you pay a monthly fee.
Oh, wow.
And you can listen to seminars from colleges all over the country, and they just like tell you like what subject do you want. You can listen to this seminar, that seminar,
That'd
this
be
seminar.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool. I mean, that's like education on the go right there.
They have one of those on Roku.
Oh yeah,
not Great Discovery. But it's like they do educational seminars where you can get that and you can watch, and they do history, psychology, all these things.
Right.
And it's like, well, that would be fun.
Yeah.
So I could just stay at my house. So if I didn't open a shop, though, I wouldn't have a mansion. I wouldn't have, some 4,000 square foot house, because I just don't need that much space. I'm a simple guy. I like little 1950s electric
little
homes.
Bungalow type thing.
But I would have a nice cigar setup in that house.
Yeah, of course.
And maybe a studio there so we could do this.
Of course, yeah.
But that's probably about it. They always talk about people go broke when they come into any money like that, regardless of the amount. And you look at how they spent it, and it's this stupid spending.
Right.
And
they wind up with 12 Ferraris and, a
and
million different bikes and whatever
I can
else.
honestly tell you right now, I have no desire to own a Ferrari. I really, honest to God, don't. So I can't imagine that I would go out after winning the lottery and going, well, now I can get that Ferrari. Like, no, I never wanted one.
Right.
I don't wear a watch, so that doesn't appeal. I don't want a boat, so I'm not going to go buy a boat. I
might rent a boat.
Yeah, that I could do and then not worry about it.
Right.
I don't want expensive pants. Mm-hmm. When people...
Whoa there, Sparky.
Yeah.
Why don't you want expensive pants? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Because, first of all, I have intrinsic values in my head set on all things.
Oh, I know. I'm the same way.
Yeah. So it's like, to me, all pants are worth $20.
Right.
It doesn't matter. I look in, to me, it's like pants are worth $20.
Right.
So when somebody... I don't sit there and think, man, I wish I could buy those $150 jeans. I'm like, no, that's stupid. Mm-hmm. I feel bad if I buy a pair of Levi's and they're $50. I'm like, Jesus, how much?
Right.
Why are they so expensive? So I don't think I would go after those things. What I would probably do is I'd buy more books, probably have a nicer TV setup at the house.
Mm-hmm. So you'd probably be getting into first editions, though, and spending your money there without even really knowing about it,
I don't know, because then it's do you read it?
Right.
Because one of my favorite things is go to the comic book store and you can find, well, here's this copy of Avengers that's $150, or here's the one in fair condition that's $10. It's like, hell, I'll take the $10 one and read it.
Yeah, but if you got all the money in the world like that, you buy the $150 one, you read it, and you piss on it and burn it, and then you keep the $10 one.
I guess. I probably would make some stupid decisions regarding my Superman collection.
Right.
I probably would do that.
That's
one thing. That's one thing I love.
Number one, you got to get someone to manage your money, and
absolutely,
or a couple people at least. Because you can't put that much.
You're going to have to have an attorney.
You're going to have an attorney. You're going to have to probably, it's going to take a while for you to find people you can trust that aren't going to screw you.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of people run into issues is they'll get all this money, find someone in management, and then they'll get robbed blind from whoever this person is that's managing their money.
Look what happened to Rocky Balboa.
Exactly. Yeah. And he's fictional. Just think about real people. But yeah, I mean, that shit happens all the time.
No, that's true. I mean, it does. You find somebody and you sign some paper, power of attorney, and they're able to
spend
your money.
Yeah.
Also happened to Madeline Hayes on Moonlighting, but
true,
again, fictional.
Old Maddie Hayes.
Yeah. You really do. You got to find an attorney, and you've got to have some understanding of it, because otherwise they could just tell you anything, and all your money's going to some company.
Some shell company they made up that, yeah.
Right. So it does have to be somebody you trust. So you've got to vet a lot of people. Think of all the people who would come out of the woodwork who want to be your friends.
Oh, yeah. I mean, instantaneous friends. You'd also have family that you never knew about coming out of the woodwork. Do they have to do they have to announce when you win, that type of thing? Is that something that happens?
I think there's a way that I think you can tell them you don't want to be.
If you give up an extra $1 million, and you don't get
maybe it would be would be worth it just to not have to deal with all of that. But I've often half jokingly said, if I ever won the lottery or came into money like that, I would have no new friends.
I would, you know what I would do? If I won the lottery, I'd automatically go and legally change my name to something completely different go then claim the ticket and then change my name back or whatever. That way it's like, Jimmy Chonga won, and he's a 48-year-old Hispanic guy from Frisco. Like, who's this Jimmy Chonga guy? We got to find this guy.
There you
He's
go.
got money.
That's the other thing too, is when people know you won, is your safety now at risk?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it sounds stupid. It sounds like something out of a TV show. But if you have kids or anything like that, it's like, well, now you can't just live in the suburbs unprotected,
right?
Because if somebody gets your name, they'll be like, we could go in there and.
Plus, God forbid you decide you want to travel the world. Then there's all those cyber criminals that know you won this money and you're coming to. Yeah. That sounds like a movie with Liam Neeson in it,
Yeah. Okay, so maybe Jimmy Chonga's not such a.
It's not such a bad name.
Yeah, maybe. Well,
maybe
it's not such a bad.
It's a Mexican restaurant somewhere.
There is a place in El Paso called Paco Wong's.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It's a Mexican Chinese food.
I have no idea, but
have your mushu enchiladas.
I always joked that they would call him Vato-san.
There you go. Yeah.
But hey, apparently you can be Irish and call yourself Beto. So there's that.
True.
That is no way an endorsement or non-endorsement.
No, we don't do that here.
I do not like Ted Cruz, and I don't necessarily like the other guy. So
okay,
equal opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
you love to hate it all.
Absolutely. Yeah, because
politics. Yeah.
Like any of those guys. Talk about a sweet gig. Talk about winning the lottery. You get one. What is it? You serve one term, and you get your salary for life.
Right.
What a screw job. No wonder the country's going in the toilet. We're paying these guys for not doing anything. First of all, you're getting paid to screw things up and be ineffective. And then we continue to pay you as a way of thanking you for screwing it up.
Right.
Yep. How did we... Obviously, that's one of those things where it's like, we didn't run this by the citizenry.
Right.
Because who would vote for that?
Politics is the best business to be in. It's basically a who you know business. So if you happen to know someone that gets elected... chances are you're going to get hired by them to do something then. So your job kind of follows who you know in that industry.
Oh,
so
yeah.
For that guy that got paid for one term, he's employed probably 12, 15 other guys that are all getting paid as well.
There's a lot of people who used to work for health management companies who are now working for the state of Texas, deciding how to best manage the state's healthcare system for the needy. It's like, well, what could go wrong there?
Exactly.
It's very incestuous.
It's a very messed up system, yeah.
It really is. But, I mean, again, that's everybody, I guess you hit your own personal lottery.
Right.
It's like this is where their ship came in. This is where this person's ship came in. So,
I mean, let's say you win, what's the minimum lottery now? $4 million for Texas?
So. And they were actually talking about that as they raise the numbers, the obviously the odds got worse, but that's why they're able to raise the numbers because
more people are playing.
Yeah,
more people
and
are putting money into it.
The odds get the odds drop. So there's a safety net there for them.
Right.
But I think it's $4 million.
How much of that really goes to what it's supposed to go to? I wonder. Like, is what supposed to be for education?
Yeah,
and
I think that's what they said. Education. I don't know because the city of Frisco. Or the Frisco ISD is always asking for a referendum for something. Now, granted, you give $30 million to a billionaire to build a stadium. That's kind of stupid,
right?
And I know, and I've bitched about that before. And they talk about, well, that was money allotted to the building fund or to some other fund, and it wasn't supposed to go to the salaries and stuff. It's like, regardless, you had a $30 million shortfall, and $30 million is what you gave this guy,
right?
And I don't understand why you can't just look at a budget and go, hey, we need $30 million here. We got $30 million in the building budget. Well, they'll just move it over here and pay people.
Right.
But that would make too much sense. So, yeah, school districts are always looking for money, so I can't imagine a ton of money going to those. Plus, how many cities are always like, hey, we need a tax referendum to pay for roads, to pay for this. You got the toll roads. I don't know where the money goes.
Right.
You've probably got a lot of people sitting on the lotto board who are making six-figure salaries.
Mafia. It's all mafia.
And that's part of legalized gambling. They say it gets the mob out of it.
Right. Yeah, but it's still mafia. I mean, there's a lot.
It's a different type of mafia at that point.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of legalized mafia, and we've had this discussion before. I think insurance is the biggest legalized mafia in the United States. I mean, insurance is exactly mafia. When you hear about mafia guys, it's like, hey, you give us some money, we're going to protect you. Something happens, we'll take care of it, but you're going to give us more money. It's exactly what insurance is. It's the same freaking scam.
There's an industry I'm in that's been dealing with that with a government regulatory commission, and they kind of do the same thing. It's like, hey, give us money, you can stay in business.
Right.
Be a shame something should happen to this little taco stand of yours.
Right.
It's basically it's extortion.
Right.
But
I want his tacos dead. Get away from my taco stand. You can't have it. That's a little
Carlos
skit.
Mencia.
Yeah, Carlos. No, not Carlos Mencia.
No,
what was that guy's name?
Oh, I don't remember, but that was so good.
My wife is listening to this right now and screaming the name because she knows it.
Yeah. God, what is his...
I've seen him live too.
Yeah.
It's a
it was so
shame.
funny.
My memory doesn't work the way it's supposed to.
Yeah. What was it? Because he was like the little what was it? The little burrito boy.
No, it was a little burrito boy.
I think it was the little burrito boy. Arnold Schwarzenegger is little burrito
tortilla
boy.
I want him and his tortillas
I wish I could always do my voice like this.
Right. Crap, what's that guy's name?
Oh man, I don't know. I have no clue.
That's like,
but it was a funny bit.
We've seen him live. I think we saw him live once, but he does use a lot of the same material over and over again. He's not one of these guys that's like super fresh with his material. But
you go with what works. Pablo Francisco.
That's who it was. I feel so ashamed that I forgot that. I'm going to cut this whole part. Pablo Francisco. We're going to cut to this part. Pablo Francisco. He's hilarious. No, I'm not going to cut it. I'm just kidding. But you can hear our bad memory all of it. We don't give a shit.
There you go. Again, forgot your ginkgo. So out of all the pills you took this morning, ginkgo was
no. I don't do that one. I just do the stuff for my stomach.
No, I took all of mine this morning too, and it's always like, ugh.
Right.
And I take them before the shower because then afterwards I'm like,
too much. Just too much going on. You forget.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at this. Do you know how long this whole makeup thing this get up here takes?
You got to trim the beard. You got to trim the hair.
There's
eyebrows.
There's blow drying and
whatever that means.
Oiling and balming involved, and
always oiling and lotioning and lotioning and oiling.
Puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
Right.
I sat out for a little while yesterday because it was nice, but
you got some sun, I can see.
I did, but I had to sunscreen the tattoos.
Yep. Okay, so why is that? Because it comes off?
It fades them out.
Okay.
It fades them out.
So your skin peels and then...
Yeah, if you look at people with some the people who are beach goer, the tattoos that are all just the same
bikers
color.
that have the cutoff things in their arms.
Yeah, and it's like,
dark,
okay. Yeah, and it's like, hey, I paid a decent amount of money for these. I want them to last. I don't want them to be all gnarly. I mean, that's going to happen anyway as I get older.
Right.
So, that's one thing I was thinking about with the lottery is like, what would I do for my 50th? Because I've been tossing that idea around. I mean, I'm not a birthday guy. I don't really celebrate. I did something the last couple of years that you didn't come to. Mm-hmm. But...
hey, come on now.
Hey, you were traveling. No, it's totally fine. Small little get-togethers, and honestly, at the suggestion of my shrink, because she's like, you need to learn to celebrate. You need to be okay with celebrating yourself, and I don't know, it feels it does. Yeah. It feels that egotistical, like, hey, come celebrate me. I was born.
Right.
It's like I didn't do anything. But 50. It's like, you got to do something.
Yeah.
So I'm like, do you take a trip? What kind of trip? Be a nice trip. You don't want to just go, hey, I'm going to Choctaw for the weekend.
Right. Would you do a cruise? Does that appeal to you at all?
Oh, my God. Somebody else suggested a cruise. I hate cruises.
Yeah. Have you been on a cruise?
No, but I hate cruises.
The idea of it?
Yes.
Sitting on a boat for 4 days.
Oh, my God. First of all, everybody gets salmonella because you always hear about that in the news. But it's just, you're surrounded by people all the time.
Yeah, true.
Did I sound like Shatner then?
You're surrounded by people
all the time.
Right.
I want to get away from them. I want to be able to relax and enjoy, and they're everywhere, and there's contests and games, and they encourage you to meet people and sit and have a buffet with them.
It's like they always have these different kinds of cruises, but they're all invariably the same.
It's like being on an airplane but trapped with those people for 4 days. That's kind of
same size bathroom too, I'm sure.
Probably. Yeah, unless you buy the super expensive room or whatever. And honestly, I'm not a beach guy, so that doesn't appeal to me. If I took a cruise, it'd be an Alaskan cruise.
Okay.
But that not so much appealing.
So maybe lottery win. What would be your trip? If you had if you won a lottery,
probably London.
50th year thing.
Probably London.
London.
Yeah, I'd go. Even though they don't really like my people.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy. I did enjoy seeing London. That was fun. and they got some cool cigar shops.
So nowhere new. You wouldn't go to Italy or Spain or
Yeah, I was told I should go to Italy.
Rome, Amsterdam.
No, I wouldn't go to France though.
You would not go to France?
No.
You don't want to go over there and eat freedom fries?
No, I've never heard of anybody going to France and having a good experience.
Yeah.
Now I know somebody who's gone. They rave about it, and I'm like, look at your tax bracket.
Right.
I'm like, so you go to the place where they kiss your American ass, but most places are like, ugh.
Right. Yeah.
You disgust. Yeah. I had a French waiter when I went to London, and everything was like, of course I will get that. And you could just hear his voice dripping, you fucking American. I can get your food, you pig.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I got the subtext there. Pepe.
Right.
That and the other thing I was thinking was I would get another old car. Okay. I wouldn't go get a Maserati or Ferrari, but it's like, maybe I get another Firebird. Something like that. But again, then it's like, man, A, that's way too middle-aged and stereotypical, and B, that's an expense.
So let's ask you this. Would you go the route of getting it to rebuild it yourself? Because you have time to do that now, right, if you win the lottery? Or are you not a grease monkey like that? That's
no, I'm not a grease monkey.
Okay, so you would just get one that's
finished. Yeah, I'd get
one.
Yeah.
All right.
And then just tool around in it.
I would buy the one that I'd have to restore, and
I'd
hire.
Well, you're handier than I am.
I am. Old now, stuff. I can do old stuff like that. New cars, I can barely change oil because there's all kinds of computers and crap. So
they're not designed. They have designed new cars so you can't even change the oil.
Right.
I did a little bit on my Firebird when I had it, not much. I had to get a new engine in it. God, I miss that car.
Yeah,
that was a fun car. Yeah, I would. If I did another one, I would love to get not an automatic, but a
standard.
Yeah, so I could do that Rockford Files J-turn.
Right.
And just back it up in reverse.
Plus, it's a theft deterrent because most people can't drive those anymore. So
that surprises the hell out of me.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, but a lot of kids aren't trying to learn to drive.
No, they just drive automatics,
or they take Uber, which surprises me. That high school kids are like, "Oh, I'll take an Uber."
Right. It's
like their parents won the lottery, and all of a sudden they got all this money.
The whole Uber thing, the Uber Lyft thing, really just it makes me laugh because you think about how bad the stigma was for taxi drivers. It's always just like the stereotypical taxi driver, someone that doesn't speak English, that doesn't talk to you, that's completely rude.
Mm-hmm.
But yet Uber and Lyft, oh yeah, it's fine. It's just you don't even know who this guy is. There's no frame of reference for this person's a good driver at all. You're taking your life in your own hands, but that's completely okay. And is that just something to be said for human nature that we're really like most people trust most people, or but not taxi drivers?
I think honestly, it could be a cab driver and they wouldn't care because they can do it on their phone,
right?
And they show up instantly and it's cheaper.
Okay,
so I think that's the majority of it, right there. And usually the cars are nicer than some of those old cabs.
I'll give you that.
And you don't have to, you know what the fair price is going to be. Mm-hmm. It's not that, it's going to be this, and then I got to go here. It's, here's roughly what you'll pay.
Mm-hmm.
And the Uber drivers I've met tend to be nicer than cab drivers that I've experienced. Now, I did have one Uber driver, and I did send a, rate your driver. Mm-hmm. And I kept it very professional because otherwise you're just the raving mad guy. But it was very much just this man should not be an Uber driver or should have a license. It scared the hell out of me. I was like, this guy just has no business being on the road.
Right.
And if I wasn't late to the airport, I would have actually had him stop, and I would have got another Uber.
Right. Was Stevie Wonder driving you?
No, but you would think the way that he saw the lines.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he thought the lines were Coke. But he was just not staying in his lane there.
He's like, if I get in the middle, I can Pac-Man all these fucking bumps.
Not how he spoke.
Yeah.
But yeah, bad driver.
Yeah. So when you do that, you gave that guy a 1-star or 2-star or whatever, probably, right? He can do that back. That's the bad part about that.
To me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They review the passenger as well, so. And that pisses me off because you can see their reviews, like you can go on and look and see who's giving them reviews and what they say and stuff, but you can't see your own reviews. Because I used to have a 5, and now I've got a 4.6. I'm like, oh, who was that motherfucker who said I was a bad passenger? I didn't do anything bad. Like,
Oh, do they knock you down if you don't tip?
Yeah, probably.
I thought that was the whole thing. You weren't supposed to tip.
Oh, I tip all the time, but,
See, that was the other thing is you don't have to tip because then it's the awkward. It's like, no, I paid you money to pick me up.
Mm. Yeah, you'll get dinged for not tipping, I guess. And that's probably what it was. I didn't not tip, but I tipped the middle and not the high end or whatever.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
The whole tipping thing.
Yeah.
I just refuse.
It is. You got to tip when you gamble too.
Yeah.
When you go out to the thing in Vegas and you're sitting there, if you win something, you're like always expected to give them part.
So
of
what
your
if I win the bajillion dollars? Do I have to go back to the 7-Eleven and tip the guy out?
They'll get some money.
They'll be fine. But I mean, should I tip the guy who
sold you the ticket?
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, that's probably not.
Here you go.
Give him 5, whatever.
$5. I've often said if I won the lottery, I would buy all of my friends a cigar.
Right.
Yeah.
Brick house, but yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Staying on the low end there. It's not
Florida Oliva.
I'm going bundles.
You'll all get a bundle of Florida Oliva, and you'll like it.
Absolutely.
My face is going to be out. I'm changing the bands. Florida Luna.
That way, see, maybe I'll do that. I'll just buy some and then just change the bands on them.
There you
go. To make it my own.
Well, no, I mean, all you have to do is just come up with here's 5 of my favorite cigars. Make something that tastes like one of these. That's all you got to do.
Right.
And they'll make it for you. That's how most people do it. Believe me. When those little guys open those shops, they don't have the skills.
Oh no, that's true.
Well, I'm saying the shop owners. And they
no. I know they.
I mean, the guys who actually go
the
Fred
guys
Rui,
who actually do it, they have
a
very good palate to be able to do what they do, and that's why I don't trust it. And,
right.
Everybody like, oh, I got to go to the factory and I make my own.
I think
blend.
it would still, if you had that kind of money, though, it would be fun to go on that journey, to go to all those places, try and blend something, to try and learn more about the industry as a whole, because that's a passion thing for us, right? So.
That it would. I would still be scared to death of going to one of those countries, especially if they knew I had money.
Right.
And right now, everybody's leaving Honduras, trying to get in through Mexico to get here. And Nicaragua's not a place you want to be right now.
Right.
So,
true.
You know what I say? Because I actually thought of this. If I was going to do a factory tour, and I'm going to take shit for this, I go to Grey Cliff because it's the Bahamas.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, all right, this is a lot safer. I feel better going to the Bahamas.
Here they treat you like a king there, too. So,
well, there you go. So I would rather do that. Would it be the same experience as going to the Dominican or something like that? No. Would I feel safer? Absolutely. And that increases my enjoyment.
I think if you went on a tour with, like, say, Casada or PDR, any of those people over there, LFD, whatever, they're going to send people to the airport to pick you up. You're going to have armed guards the whole time.
See, again, I know armed guards are supposed to make me feel safe, but by virtue of the fact that I need armed guards, I automatically don't feel safe and I'm stressed.
How about if you're really drunk the whole time?
I don't drink that much anymore. I guess I could just tank up on my Xanax.
Right.
I just tank up on my Xanax.
There you go.
Just do it that way.
I don't know. I think you're just too nervous, man. I think it'd be a blast. I would definitely want to learn. I would just ensconce myself in things that I love.
The knowledge base of it would be fascinating because I still love to read.
I would go take photography classes. I would go do voice acting classes. I'd go do all those things that I want to do.
I would love to take voice acting classes, and that's where I envy you because I can do. It sounds arrogant. When I was in radio, I can announce. I can read copy, be conversational. But when it comes to like audiobooks, like acting, I can't do it. Like what you do for the cartoons.
Yeah.
I can't be a different character. Then it sounds like I'm reading or that I'm reading a script, even though I'm trying to sound natural.
Right.
It doesn't work. I've tried several times and it's like, nah.
Not your thing.
I'm best at just reading news.
No, you could do audiobooks. You could start. We could. Like
but that's the thing. If it's
and just do audiobooks.
If it's an audiobook that is that it's not a novel.
Right.
If it's a biography or something.
Nonfiction biography.
Right. I could read
science
that.
Novel, something. Yeah. Whatever.
But if it's something where I have to emote and sound like I'm expressing an emotion or something, or
not your thing.
Yeah. No. I wish I could learn that.
Well, then we hire people to do the. I've always thought.
I want to hire Kevin Conroy.
Right, there you go. I always hate listening to audiobooks where it's like one guy doing all the voices and he's trying to sound like a chick too. Like those are the worst. I lose. Yeah, I start laughing when I hear those. I'm just like, oh, why can't you guys?
Some of those you got to do audio productions. Well, and have we talked about this? Now they've got the Sirius XM. They have the Radio Classics, and there's a lot of good stuff on there, where you can hear Philip Marlowe,
The Shadow.
Old Detective, The Shadow, things like that. There's a lot of crap too, but there's a lot of really good shows.
Right.
And I especially love listening to Burns and Allen.
Right.
They were funny. But I appreciate that theater of the mind type stuff. And I enjoy some of the BBC productions they've done of Star Wars or some of the DC properties. Yeah. And better than the movies. So there's that.
It doesn't take much.
No, that's true. That's true.
Oh, man, I got to tell you, we're a little off topic here because we do that. That's what we do.
Yeah.
I just watched Star Wars Resistance, the first 3 episodes of that.
Is that a cartoon?
New cartoon, yeah. It's Disney, and it is straight up Disney. It's so bad. So kid-oriented. Like BB-8's in there. Poe Dameron's in there, and he actually does his own voice. I'm like, wow, they got him to do this piece of crap?
It's Disney.
Yeah, it's awful.
Is it worse than the Droids cartoon they did?
It's bad. It's on that level of badness, and just the plot is so recycled and simple, and there's no drama to any of it. Like the bad guys are just not even really bad guys.
Well, you can't be because you'd scare little kids.
It's awful. It's awful, and it's that 3D cell shading kind of
I
art.
hate that.
And it just
like old school Warner Brothers animation.
It's so awful. We got through, I think, the first episode and part of the second one. And both me and my 10-year-old daughter are like, so that's when you know it's not good.
The way they're doing Mandalorian, I guess. Favreau's doing that. Jon Favreau, so that might be good. But again, Disney gets its hands on everything. So
they finally decided to do that? They're going to put the money up for that one at least?
Yeah, they did some behind-the-scenes photos I saw online, and he released a picture. And I don't know who the hell this person is. It's a Mandalorian, so I guess they're in a Boba Fett costume because whatever in the prequels, they cloned all of them or whatever they did. I checked out.
Yeah.
To me, there's no prequels. They don't exist.
Tamara Morrison or whatever his name is. He's the guy that played Django. And
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's... I don't know if he's in it, but it's...
Aquaman's father now.
Is he?
Yeah, that's the same guy.
Huh.
Him and Nicole Kidman are the parents of Aquaman.
Yay.
Right.
Yeah, that looks fabulous.
Really, really bad.
So that's another thing. Win the lottery, you could do a theater in your house.
There you go. Yeah. I would see. That's where I would spend my money. I'd probably have a separate building for. I'd probably get a couple acres of land. I'm not going to go crazy and get 100 acres, but I'll get 5 or 10 or whatever. Yeah. And I'll build a house, simple house. 4 bedrooms, whatever, 3 bedrooms, probably 3 bedrooms.
Yeah.
Then I would have a separate house for my studio, my photography studio / audio studio / smoking lounge.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would have a separate house for like a movie theater, or I just have a really nice movie theater in the house that was sound.
Yeah, do it like a solid media room.
Right.
That you could smoke in.
True. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I may do that outside the house then. That way I can smoke in it, but have something in the house.
Well, but if that's in like your studio area, you could totally do it.
Right. Yeah. But I would totally go for that and buy the best projector and all that stuff.
Well, if you do win, just remember that we have been friends for several years now, so I knew you win.
Okay.
And I will do the same.
Okay.
You knew me when I was broke, so clearly you are my friend.
Mm-hmm.
But for any of you I don't know, if I win, we can't be friends.
Right.
I will block you on Facebook.
Yeah, that would be I would delete Facebook right off.
Oh, absolutely.
Totally delete Facebook.
Can you imagine what kind of dickhead would keep his Facebook thing and then start posting pictures?
Right.
Hey, look, here's me in the mansion.
Right.
Oh,
I just bought a gold statue, life-size statue of Rocky.
It's like, yes, Mr. Stallone.
Right.
Speaking of, real quick, did you see the pictures that the promo pictures he released from the new Rambo? Rambo's a cowboy now.
What?
Yeah. Stallone on a horse. Rambo's gone.
I saw a meme of Stallone on a bear or something. I guess they took that and turned it into a bear.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. But now he's a cowboy. So Rambo somehow ended up back in the Old West. Is this going to be like a
Mexican cartel thing, probably? Is what I'm thinking.
You know what? That's a good idea. That it could be.
He's probably working on a ranch, and then they're getting nagged by the cartel, and he's going to have to defend the ranch or something. That's probably
it.
Yep.
So another reason that if you win the lottery, you got to watch out for Mexican cartel.
Right? Yeah, you don't want to go to Mexico.
No, definitely
go on one of those cruises.
Yeah, you want to stay someplace where you're going to be safe. And I don't know. I would always worry about safety. I'd probably have a big perimeter or something,
right,
like that. Hey, so if you guys have any ideas or your dreams, what would you do if you won this Mega Millions or Powerball lottery? Apparently, you can play both. And the odds then jump up to 88 quadrillion.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
in one. Yeah, 1 to 88
yeah,
quadrillion. Wow.
Yeah, that you could win both.
Unless you buy 2 tickets, and it's 2 to 81 quadrillion.
Man, what if I bought 10 tickets? Yeah,
what
80
if you bought
tickets?
81 quadrillion tickets?
Yeah.
Then your chances really change.
Yeah. In which case, you need somebody to talk to because you don't need to buy those.
Right. Well, then the chances actually go up another 81 quadrillion.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Mr. I was going to say, who's the guy who owns Amazon?
Amazon? I don't know. Is that Elon Musk too?
No, he's the Tesla guy.
Yeah, no, I'm just making it up. That's the only rich guy I know.
Yeah,
Bill
I can't
Gates?
think of
Not Bill
no. I can't think of the Amazon guy's name.
Mr. Amazon?
Mr. Amazon, yeah. But apparently he's the richest man in the world now.
Oh, good for him.
So, yeah, I just gave him money a couple of days ago too.
Yeah,
so
we all do, I think.
Yeah, everybody does. If they did want to text us or not text us, but send us
Let me give you Phil's cell phone.
Yeah.
No, if you want
starts out 555. Yeah, if they want to tell us that, where would they find us?
You can go to Twitter and tweet us at Love to Hate Pod. You can also go to Facebook and like our Facebook page, please, and give us a little message there about what you want us to talk about. And just to let you know, we are on iTunes as well, so I would love to get some reviews on iTunes. So if you love the show, go over there, give us 5 stars. We'll give you a shout-out or something if I see your name
There you go.
That'll be fun. Yeah.
That works.
And I want to start talking about a contest, too. We're going to do something pretty soon here. We're going to send out something. We'll get a raffle copter going, and people can answer some questions for us. We've done this before on previous podcasts that I've done and had good reaction from it. So
nice.
That'll be coming soon. We'll probably do it in the next couple episodes here. We'll have a raffle copter. You go there, you take a small little quiz. It's like going to be 5 questions, like, what do you like about the show? What do you not like? Who do you like better, Phil or Brandon? That type of thing. And then you'll be entered for a chance to win something.
So one of us gets our feelings hurt.
Yeah. That's the way it always works. Yeah, we get to kick each other's balls on the show. It's going to be great.
Nice.
So that's coming.
Looking forward to that. Keep your eyes peeled, kids, and we will talk to you next week.